Hey guys, I wanted to just kind of show you a little bit on the Alliance, and I haven't played Alliance for a long, long time. My very first characters were Alliance, and I switched everything over to Horde. In fact, I paid to switch from Alliance to Horde on several of my original characters, my Paladin, my Hunter, and my Rogue. Paid quite a bit of money to do that, but I got bored because I've leveled couple, two or three more affliction locks, which is what I'm on now. You can see here. I'll stop and show you. I have 1 point available. Um, I decided to do another affliction warlock on an alliance character because they do kill really, really, really quick. Um, and so I don't think any of this really doesn't matter right now. So we're just going to put that in there. But I decided to go with a Worgen, and I have no idea why. I can't tell you why. Just kind of looking through what could be warlocks, and I thought, well, we'll try this. So this server is a new player server. So you get the option of your starting areas, and I thought, well, I'll choose Gilneas since that's where the Worgen are. And I'll tell you what, I have never seen a more inefficient starting zone in all of my days. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. It's one quest here, one quest there, one quest here. It's so ridiculous. I would not suggest if you have an option to do this, I wouldn't do it. I think it's horrible. But I am in Gilneas. I am level 16. Use the betrayed talisman. Okay. I ended up redoing my UI. As you can see, I used the gosh, I can't speak, the Blizzard UI. I set all of my characters up this way. I had tons and tons and tons of errors coming up on using Bartender. Absolutely loved Bartender, but it was really causing issues. I don't have as many errors coming up. I think the other apps have been updated enough that you don't have the issues. You don't have the screens popping up and um, the problems with the UI that I've had. I've had, these things up here will all of a sudden just shoot up in the air, and my target will disappear. And I've had just tons and tons and tons of problems. Even though the app makers are updating them quite regularly. I've had just a million updates over the last couple of weeks, uh, and even though they're updating them so often, they can't work. They don't work well with the Shadowlands pre-patch. Now this is Friday, so we're 4 days away from the second wave of the pre-patch where uh, you'll be able to start your evokers, um, and then I think you'll be able to start questing in Shadow. No, the I'm sorry, you won't be questing in Shadowlands. The element, the world invasion of the primals will start, and they'll start having those events where you can earn the tokens and stuff that I talked about in a previous video, and I'm really looking forward to that. But I thought I'd try the Alliance, and so big mistake on doing it on a Worgen. Like I said, I just wanted to see because I've never done a Draenor in on an Alliance character. I know where their base is, but I've never actually had a character uh, that's leveled through Draenor as an Alliance. I know you pretty much do the same exact places that you do, other than you start in Shadowmoon Valley rather than Frostfire Ridge. So I wanted to try that, but I'm leveling quite high in this area, but it's taken forever. And I'll show you here as soon as I kill. I shouldn't have put 2 Seed of Corruption. This build, these affliction locks, holy crap! Just you can tag so many. I took my my original warlock that I had back in BC, made him an affliction warlock, and went to Zereth Mortis, started killing world bosses and doing all kinds of stuff. Got some insane gear. I've been killing Fell Reaver at the Caverns of Time. Um, and I got several pieces of gear there. I've got some 272 gear, which is really good for me because I don't raid and I don't do dungeons. But I mean, just tagging him and then tagging him with agony and then hit him with seed corruption and then hit malefic rapture. And what malefic rapture does is anything that has a dot on it will explode and it just wrecks everything. So I'll show you, put a seed of corruption on there and then hit this once or twice. Just, I mean, hit it once and it exploded, and that I've got all of those done. So I wanted to kind of show you this because if you have the option, uh, because it's a new player server, I think is why that happened. This is a server that I started with a couple of people. We all decided that we wanted to level characters together. We decided to go with a new players realm, just to uh, start out new and stuff. Um, we'd played together before we did this, and I actually started a hunter, and we went to I can't think of what the name the other starting zone. I think we were done by level 10. This is I just dinged what level 17, and I'm still here. I was hoping that I'd be able to go to Stormwind as soon as possible, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get there real quick. But that's okay. So we're gonna finish here. Then we're gonna go to Stormwind. Then we're gonna go to Draenor and do the introductory quest to Draenor. And then after watching Harlden, which again I highly recommend, um, he has excellent guides. He did do an Alliance character. I watched a little bit of it. But since I didn't play Alliance, I wasn't really interested. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I know that he went to Shadow Moon Valley, started there, and then he left there and went to Red Ridge. So the idea is that you level through, you're starting, you get your garrison set up, and then you immediately go back to the main city and you pick the Cataclysm um, starting zone. You go to Chromie, you change to the Cataclysm, and then I went to Silverpine Forest, and he says for the Horde you go to Red Ridge or West, what's it called, West whatever. Um, can't think of what it is. I quested there 100 years ago, but I don't remember what it was. Um, as soon as I kill these two, I'll pull the map here. So we're going to go to Eastern Kingdoms. We're going to go to Westfall, I think it is. Where are we at here? I don't even know where all this stuff is anymore. Let's see, wetlands. Silver Pine is where you do go on the horde. Works super super well. The quests there are just absolutely uh, packed together. It's super easy. Oh, there we go. Elwyn Forest. Okay, that's where you start. You go to Westfall. So Westfall is where uh, you can go, and there's actually some really good uh, farms there for linen cloth, but linen cloth just it doesn't sell at all. And so I wasn't real impressed with that. But you go to Red Ridge Mountains. He was questing through here, so just wanted to show you guys this. Just in case that you do play Alliance. I have nothing against the Alliance at all. I just don't enjoy it. And now all three of those have respawned because I was talking. So we're gonna wipe them all out here real quick. Um, Again, it's super easy to kill with the Affliction Warlock. Become my favorite by far. There's nothing like rounding up 6 or 8 and dropping them. It's just insane. Let's try this. We'll hit them all with agony. Hit this one with agony. You got your Void Walker out, and he's really good at aggro. He'll hold aggro super good, and he lives forever. He just does never die. Um, so we're gonna go here in the house, see who we got in here. Oh, we're getting a chest. again, I don't pay a lot of attention to what's going on. I just pick up the quest, look for the marker on the map, and go. Um, so we're gonna finish this area, then we're gonna go to Draenor. I don't know how the leveling goes with it. I know when you go through as a horde, you go with um, gosh, you go with the horde leaders. Wow, I'm really losing it here. Anyway, you go with the horde leaders and you go to Frostfire Ridge, and you level through that way, which it's really easy. Gorgrond is where you start. That's where I started. When you do anything in Frostfire Ridge, you go straight to Gorgrond. You set up the champions arena and you use that champion. You round up an entire area. You have to go watch Harlden's video. You round up a ton, and by rounding up a ton and using Champions Call, you can get some extra quests uh, for like Gorm shells and stuff like that. You can get more quests, more experience. There's several rares that you kill on the way uh, through Silverpine Forest. There's a ton of rares there, super easy to kill with an Affliction Lock. Um, Killing much more efficiently and more quickly on an Affliction Lock than even a Druid. I think the only thing that would come close to it would be uh, the Demon Hunter, and I think the Affliction Lock is even more efficient than the Demon Hunter, which I love. I have probably 6 or 8 Demon Hunters just because I want to kill fast. Being having limited amounts of time, um, I don't want to spend all day killing stuff. So once I found this from Harlden, it was this is what I'm going to do. This is my Affliction Lock is what I'm going to do, and it works at any level. Like I said, I was in Zereth Mortis today, trying to pick up a couple more pieces of equipment. Just being 18, going pretty quick here. I do have, you can see up here, I got my W anniversary. I'm gonna stay here until I leveled up to 45 on one of my other affliction locks. From what I understand, the optimal uh, level is 38 when it becomes more efficient to level after second wave of the pre-patch. So I'm going to take this one up to right around 45 and leave them there. And then because what's going to happen is once the invasion starts, the second wave of the invasion starts, the XP required to level from 38 to 60 will drop by 60%. On top of that, you can use the WoW 18%. So you're looking at almost 80% less experience. Now, if I really wanted to, once I get to Stormwind, I could go. I think it's in Elwyn Forest where you go to the Darkmoon Fair. You can ride the carousel, get another 10%, but that only goes through, is it Saturday or Sunday? So that goes until tomorrow. Then the Darkmoon Fair is over. I did use that on my other lock. The other lock that I started on a new server. I'm always interested in new servers because I want to see what kind of gold can be made. I'm into gold making big time, but I don't do a lot of farm. It's more of transmog stuff, especially for this area. I want to see, what kind of how does transmog sell on different servers. Um, this server, I haven't got a lot of it because, like I said, we stopped playing. I think we got to level 15 or 17, and then both of the people that I played with stopped playing. I did put a demon hunter on this server, leveled it up, but once you do 6 or 8 demon hunters, let's tag all these real quick. We're gonna drop agony on them. Once you do 6 or 8 of them, it kind of gets old, and that's kind of what happened with my demon hunters. As much as I enjoyed them, they were a lot of fun. You look how fast they all went down. I lost what? No health lost at all. Killed all of those at the same time. But the demon hunters, they're very easy to play. They're just a few buttons, kind of like the Affliction Warlock. I have 4 basic buttons. I believe Shadow Bolt turns into Soul Leech at some point, and I've got Drain Life. Once you hit, I think it's when you hit Corruption, it automatically uh, puts, or once you hit Malefic Rapture, it automatically puts Corruption on the target. Some of this stuff I don't use. Some of it's just a waste of time. I have Kilrog. Some of these curses, I'm sure they would be relevant in uh, dungeons or raiding, something like that. Underwater breathing, that'll work. That's a warlock, regardless of which faction you're in. You can use that. So you're still only I'm only using maybe 5, sometimes 6 buttons at the most for the Affliction Warlock. So I absolutely love it because I uh, I don't have to spend all day going one by one. I think you might have seen it. I ran by a druid, a Tarn druid there. I watched him die several times. And I really like druid. I have several druids I'm using for gathering in Dragonflight, um, but just for gathering. It's not. I don't want to main one. I don't want to. I don't want to have that as my main. I want to do something much more efficient, and I think the Affliction Warlock is that. Had a lot of fun. This is my 4th Affliction Warlock on 4 different servers, and they've worked really, really well, and I've really enjoyed it. I can kill super fast. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys the Alliance side of it. This is just unbelievable how inefficient the Alliance side is on for the Worgen. That it's not going to be that way if you choose any other uh, not necessarily class, but every kind of realm where you don't have a starting area like this, or it's something reach. I don't remember what, but I've only done that once. But I'm 100% sure that only goes to level 10. Um, but it's much less efficient. This is absolutely horrible how long it's taking, and I lost my agony on these guys for some reason. You want to go somewhere where you're chain questing, or you have 4, 5, 6. You come in um, with multiple quests that you turn in, much more efficient. I've got what is my played time? Let's look at my played time real quick here. Once this guy's dead. Okay, so let's see what played is here. I've got 2 hours and 19 minutes. I guarantee uh, 2 hours and 19 minutes on the other, on the Horde side, going through Silver Pine. Uh, 2 hours, 19 minutes, I'd probably be level 30. I leveled that fast. But I wanted to show you because there are Alliance players. Like I said, I started with the Alliance long time ago. I switched because I love Horde better. I think Horde's got much better questing, obviously. So if you want to start the Alliance, just don't start in the starting areas. Start on a server that's not a new player server, so that you can start wherever you want. And again, get that through the level 10, the very first areas, then follow Harlden, uh, to Draenor, and then go to Silver Pine Forest or to Red Ridge, whichever you decide that you want to do. But don't do what I did. This is pretty bad. Now the good thing is that I've got a few days until um, the second wave of the pre-patch starts. So I've got some time to kill, which is fine. I'm still fighting Fell Reaver every day, trying to get that more gear. Got a ton of duplicates, which is fine with me. But I have got, like I said, several pieces of 272. I know there are other world bosses around. I think there's one in Duskwood. I think there's 2 more. I think there's 4 total, and you just have to go to different areas. But since it's so easy to get to the Caverns of Time, I chose to just go use Fell Reaver as my, and I lost my Void Walker. Isn't that special? It's easier to just go to the Caverns of Time because you can port there and get there super fast and kill Fell Reaver, hopefully get a piece of gear, and then port back to Orgrimmar because the port back to Orgrimmar or to Stormwind is right at the front of the cave where you walk out to kill Fell Reaver. So I hope this helped. I hope you guys have a great weekend. 4 days till Phase 2 launches. 4 days until the Primal Invasion starts. We can start getting some super high gear with the currency that drops. And again, I hope you will comment, like, and subscribe. I'm hoping that I can get more than a few followers, so I want to do a live when the Primal Invasion starts. So if I have a couple of followers that want to watch and see how that works with the Affliction Warlock, you can be more than welcome to join. I'll probably be doing that something like Tuesday night if everything if they get the launch going. If it goes like the first part and it ended up being 12 hours, it may be Wednesday before I can do anything. But you guys have a great weekend.